In today's video, I'm going to show you how to crochet this little gingerbread man. Okay. So all you need is some cotton yarn. I'm using these two colors, some stuffing, a 3mm hook, a pair of scissors, a yarn needle, and I'm using safety eyes, but you can use buttons as well. And I'll show you how to make these buttons if you don't have any at home. Okay, to start, you want to use your main color, and we're going to make 2 of these legs. So the first one you want to make and then cut, and the second one you don't want to cut the yarn because you're going to continue to work with it. So make a slip knot. And then chain 5. Okay. Skip the last chain that you made and make 1 single crochet in each chain. So you should have 4 single crochets at the end of the row. Okay, chain 1 and turn. And then in this first stitch, we're going to make an increase. So an increase is 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Okay. Single crochet 2, just 1 in each stitch. And then an increase in the last stitch. Okay, so because you put an increase at each end, you've increased the row from 4 single crochets to 6. Next, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch, and we're going to do that for 4 rows. Okay, so that's the pattern for the leg. So you just cut your first one and then make another one. And once you've made both, you want to chain 1 and turn. And you want to single crochet along, so 6 single crochets. Okay, so once you're at the other end, chain 1 and grab your first leg, and then we're going to single crochet 6 along here. Okay, so you've got your chain 1 there, and then just go straight into the next stitch on your first leg. And single crochet. Okay, for the next row, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and a single crochet along this leg, so 6 single crochets. You're going to make 1 single crochet in that chain 1. And then 6 single crochets. So you should have 13 across at the end of this row. Next, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And for the next 8 rows, we're just going to single crochet 13 along and chain 1 and turn to start the next row. So it's just 8 rows of single crochet, and that'll make the body. Okay, so just chain 1 and turn, and 1 single crochet in each stitch. So I'm just going to finish my 8 rows, and then I'll show you how it looks. So you can just pause the video here. Okay, so here's how my body looks after my 8 rows. Okay, next we're going to make the arms. Chain 7. Okay, there's your chain of 7. You're going to skip the last one that you made, and you're going to single crochet 6 back down the chain. Okay, so there's my 6 single crochets. You just want to turn the body, and then we're going to single crochet 13 along. So just go into the next one. Okay. To make the next arm, chain 7 again. And then skip the last one you made and single crochet 6 back down the chain. Okay, then you want to turn your body and we're going to slip stitch into that last single crochet on the body. Okay, so it's a weird row. We started at this end, chain 7, skip 1, single crochet 6, then single crochet 13 along the body, then we chain 7, skip 1, single crochet 6 back down the chain and slip stitch to the body. Okay, for the next row we're going to single crochet 19, which should take you to the end of the arm. Okay, so make your first single crochet in the same stitch you slip stitched into. Okay, once you've single crocheted 19, you should be at the end of the arm. Chain 1 and turn. And then we're going to single crochet 25. So that's all the way to the other end. Okay, once you've single crocheted 25, you should be at this end. So at the smaller arm. So next we just need to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to do 2 rows of single crochet. So 2 rows of 25. Okay, so just 1 single crochet in each stitch for 2 rows, and when you get to the end of the row, you just chain 1 and turn. Okay, so I'll just quickly finish those 2 rows. Okay, so here's how it looks after my 2 rows of 25. So we're still at the smaller arm, just at the end. Next, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And we're going to single crochet 6. Okay, so now our arms are about the same size. Next, we're going to make 4 slip stitches, so 1 in each stitch. Okay, so we single crocheted 6 and then made 4 slip stitches. And now we're going to make another 6 single crochets. Okay, so these 6 single crochets are the base of the head. We're going to chain 1 and turn. Make 1 increase in the first stitch. So remember, an increase is just 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Single crochet 4. And make 1 increase in the next stitch. Okay, so there should be 8 single crochets along this row. Chain 1 and turn. Make 1 increase in the next stitch. Single crochet 6. And make 1 increase in the last stitch. So at the end of this row, you should have increased from 8 to 10. Chain 1 and turn. Make 1 increase in the first stitch. Single crochet 8. And 1 increase in the last stitch. So after this row, you should have 12 single crochets along the top. Next we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch in each of the 12 stitches, and we're going to do that for 4 rows. Okay, so just 4 rows of single crochet. Okay, so there's my 4 rows. Next we're going to start to decrease, so chain 1 and turn. So in the first 2 stitches we're going to make a decrease, so go into the first stitch, yarn over and pull that through, go into the second stitch, yarn over and pull that through, so you have 3 loops on your hook, and then just yarn over and pull it through all 3 loops. Okay, so you can do your decreases any way you like, and then you want to single crochet 8. Okay, so you should have 2 stitches left, and we'll make another decrease. So again, I go into the first stitch, yarn over and pull through, go into the second stitch, yarn over and pull that through. So there's 3 loops on my hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Okay. For the next row, chain 1 and turn, make 1 decrease, single crochet 6, and make 1 decrease. Okay, chain 1 and turn, make 1 decrease, single crochet 4, and 1 decrease. Chain 1 and turn, make a decrease, single crochet 2, and 1 decrease. Okay, so on the last row you should only have 4 stitches. Okay, and then I just cut the yarn and pull it through. And you just need to make 2 of these. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll put on the eyes and any buttons and anything you want to put on, and then we're going to stitch them together, and then we'll stuff it. Okay, so if you want to make buttons like mine, because I don't have any, you just need to pick a colour, make a slip knot and chain 2. You can use the magic ring method as well, and then just single crochet 6 into the first chain that you made. So skip that one and go into the next one and make 6 single crochets. Okay, pull the tail tight. And then you just want to slip stitch into the first single crochet that you made. And there's your button. So just cut the yarn long enough to stitch it on and pull it through. Okay. So once you've made your buttons, just line them up before you knot them together. And then for the eyes, I went 1, 2, 3, 4. I went down 7 rows. Okay, but you can put them on anywhere you like. And there's 4 stitches between them. Okay, so just make sure everything's lined up before you put your backings on or you knot them together. And then for the mouth, I'm just using white. Okay. Okay, and then so just weave it in 1 stitch, and then I'm skipping 1, 2 and going in the next one. Go in the stitch below, under the piece of yarn, and back through that bottom stitch. Okay, so once you're happy with where everything is, just knot all the ends together and put the backings on the eyes. And then we'll start stitching the 2 sides together. Okay, so before we crochet the sides together, I just weaved my ends in so they're not in the way, just to the back, but you don't need to. And then because our arms are a little bit different, you want to make sure you've got the right sides together. So this arm is a little bit up and it matches this one here. Okay. So take your white yarn, make a slip knot, and then I'm going in the last stitch of our 4 at the top and on the other side as well. So just add your slip knot to the hook and pull it through both sides. Chain 1. And then we're just going to single crochet all the way around, and when we get to a point like this, we'll make a slip stitch in there, and same with in here and in between the legs. Okay, so I'm going to go back into the same stitch and make a single crochet, and I'm going to hide that yarn tail inside. Okay, so you don't want your stitches too far apart. And then in this one here, I'm just making a slip stitch instead of a single crochet. And turn. Okay, so these ones are a bit more difficult because these are the slip stitches before we made the head. Okay, and when you get to the corners, you make 3 single crochets in each corner. Okay, so I'm going to do that for each corner on the arm. And then just continue around. Okay, so I stitched all the way around to here, and then I stuffed this arm and the leg and the body a little bit, and then I'm up here and I stopped and I've stuffed this bit and the rest of the body and the head. I also pulled out the starting yarn, so if I want to make a loop at the end so I can hang it on a Christmas tree. Okay, and then you just need to push the stuffing down and finish stitching it. Okay. Okay, so here's how it looks at the end, and I made a little loop. Okay, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.